election inspectors for 2010, March 16th. You have the election inspectors in front of you. Are we required to read them?
Sure. Let's get a little publicly. Because what are we going to do when Lee and Gene Krish move out of the area?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, we're appointing the following, we need a motion to appoint the following: Lee Krish, James Heslop, Nora Johnson, Gene Krish, Wanda McDowell, Barbara Mulhall, Paul Olson, Roberta White, and I don't know the least. The last three are alternates. The compensation would be chairman $150 and the inspector $125 per day. I need a motion on this and a second. Take a motion. Second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? The only thing I have to say is it's a tough job and it's a long day. Yes. Okay, I call the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we got to set the election date and time.
Mayor Higgins?
Yes.
There's a mistake on this resolution. It's supposed to say Tuesday, March 16th.
So it should be, so change it to
We had it Wednesday last year, so I wanted to keep it Wednesday, but I didn't keep it.
Tuesday. Okay.
Thank you.
Was it on the other one too?
I don't think it says a date.
Didn't have a date.
It
Okay.
said March 16th.
Just said March 16th. All right. Please note that. All right. The annual election of the village will be held in Village Hall, 276 Main Street, Goshen, New York, on Tuesday, March 16th, 2010. Polls will open at 9 a.m. and close at 9 p.m. that same day. There will be no village registration day. Okay, so I'll need a motion on that and a second.
Make the motion. Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
My only discussion is that I wish that we could have our polls open at 6 a.m. because we have so many people who commute and have difficulty getting back here by 9 o'clock to vote.
Yeah, listen, I'm one of those commuters too. Al, I know you are as well. I know that it's a really long day for the people we just to be the inspectors. But no, what I was also going to remind people though, whether you're a commuter, you're out of town, whatever, is people should remember there's the absentee ballot process, and they should, I believe they can pick the paperwork up from you, Meg, correct?
Yes.
Should definitely take advantage of that. Whether you're a commuter, to cast an absentee ballot, you don't have to be out of town. You could be here, you could be a commuter, not able to make it between those hours, so I would certainly suggest and recommend to anyone who thinks they may have difficulties making it at that time to apply for such a ballot.
I agree.
And we had, I myself used to vote early before 9 a.m. before going to work, and when I first saw it, I said, hey, what is this? And then, but the election inspectors were one of the first brought it to our attention, and between the hours of 6 and 9, there was something like 12 voters on average, so we at that point, I think that's when it was decided to change. Anyway, okay, any further discussion? Okay, I'll call the motion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Ooh. This is tax refund on the estates.
Want me to summarize this for you, Mr. Mayor? There's a tax certiorari proceeding commenced by Harness Estates LLC regarding a variety of parcels in the Harness Estates subdivision, as well as a tax certiorari proceeding commenced by Joseph and Janice Passalacqua. They're in the same proceeding. Parties to the action were the Village of Goshen, the Town of Goshen, the Goshen School District. Pursuant to law, the Town of Goshen takes the lead in defending these actions. The Town of Goshen determined to settle the matter. There is a court order that directs us to make payment, and so we really don't have any choice in the matter. The town has agreed to it, the petitioners have agreed to it, the county signed off on it, and the judge has signed the order. And what it essentially means is that we have to reimburse Harness Estates a sum of $33,748.70 and reimburse Joseph and Janice Passalacqua the sum of $665.10.
Thank you very much.
I'll make a motion that we do so.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
All right, discussion.
Anybody else want to go first? I'll tell you that I appreciate what the attorney said, and yes, we're under concern we must write a check for this money, but I deeply regret the fact that we have to. And I think part of my difficulty, as I've expressed to the board, and we have discussed in the past, is I think we need to revisit our setup. The town's not motivated. They make the least amount of money.
They lose the least
I
amount.
lose the least amount of money, but they also make it when they get it, but they lose the least amount when we have to give back this way. And we are so much more deeply hurt by this. There was a time when we had our own assessment, and I think that there are positives to that because it gives us greater control over figuring out exactly when something is worthy and pursuing what we think is worth our time and money and energy in court. The town has, once it was given to them and we relinquished that power, we have nothing to say. And therefore it becomes very difficult for us to stay involved and up on this because after the fact, their attorney, who does specialize in this, makes the case, and we're just told what amount to write the check. I don't know which is the more costly for us, but I think, as we've discussed in the past last week, I think that it's time for us to at least evaluate and make sure that we're making the best decision for the village of Goshen.
And I
On top of
can,
that, the last thing, David, the last thing is when this comes through, we're told to write a check, we are not even, the premise of the determination is not relayed to us. We get court papers that say you will pay.
that's correct, because that's already occurred.
I know that.
We have an order from a judge that says we have to pay.
I understand,
Right.
but as the, for want of a better word, affected agency, you think that we could find out the premise upon which the decision was made?
Right, and I've had that conversation with the town attorney. Just to be clear, the town attorney himself does not handle these. He uses
Right.
special counsel, an attorney who specializes in tax certiorari proceedings. In my conversations with the town attorney, he has indicated his willingness,
Good.
more than his willingness, to have me involved at different times in an attempt to improve the communication. I can't tell you the result's going to be any different. I don't know if we want to hire our own appraiser, if we want to go to bat. I mean, at least we have the ability, I suppose, to have that input if we want to intervene in the proceeding. But at least there is a commitment as it stands now to have, should you desire, to have me have more input into the process.
What I'm suggesting is a step back even from that. I'm talking about us reevaluating the cost to us to having our own assessment as compared to pursuing it through the town and what you relinquish.
Mm-hmm.
And financially, how you balance that, the cost against the power that you relinquish.
Sure. Understood.
Now, I have a question. When we had our assessor, was that an appointed position, get off a register, or?
Geez, that's got to be 30 years ago.
30?
No. Oh, no.
You should be.
Positive. How long ago was George mayor? Not 30 years. I've only lived here that
20
long.
years.
Yeah.
Wasn't it George who did it?
But it certainly happened before anybody that's presently on this board.
Presently on the board. All right. Well,
Except for me.
And I would agree. I mean, David has spoken to us. The attorney who does this is very talented in this area, apparently comes very well regarded. But certainly I think all those things that you suggest are definitely advisable, certainly having input. And I think we're now, for the first time, because in the last few years, these have been coming back to us and coming back to the school district. They have an enormous impact on us, an enormous impact on the school district. Number one, certainly having communication with the attorney who's handling these through our attorney and the town attorney is an excellent idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we should re-examine what the cost would be for us to
Well,
do
I
this
agree.
ourselves.
I don't have the answer. I just
Because
wanted to
the
look at it.
town certainly is invested in the town properties that they have to settle. They have a huge investment in that. But not so much when it comes to the properties in the village because it has a much less impact on them.
Right. If you, there is a memo from the town attorney, and you should take a look at it. It was,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of other certs out there pending, which could have substantial impact on the village and the
Absolutely.
school district.